Constitutional Conversations is a series of discussions by America's leading scholars about the principles, framing, ratification, and implementation of constitutional government in the United States. This series is hosted by the James Madison Memorial Fellowship Foundation of Alexandria, Virginia.
I tend to call James Madison a democratic nationalist, meaning largely that he sees it as possible to express the democratic principle, if not the democratic practice, in a large national context. So nationalism for America means, for him, government which is constrained by democratic sentiments. That is going to require being responsive from the federal level to the expression of state interest. It's necessary. Even in the Constitutional Convention, when they were debating what the government would look like, James Madison was the person who introduced the question of distinct interest in the states in order to dislodge the small state, large state conflict and try to move the convention on. Subsequently, in his political participation in 1798-99, for example, when they were contending against the Alien and Sedition laws, he writes the Virginia Resolution and the Virginia Reports, which establish a role for the expression of constitutional understanding at the state level. Now, by 1832, he's being called upon by John C. Calhoun and others as a founder of a theory called nullification, which he did not use that term in his productions in 1798, 1799. But he then turns around and rebuts their claim that he was a nullifier. He does not argue that the states have, in effect, a right of secession, or the states can veto the acts of the federal government. But he does argue that the states have a voice, have a role, and need to be taken into account. Now, what this expresses is his underlying commitment to the authority of public opinion. And there was a conflict early in the United States over the question of how is public opinion expressed. Some thought it is expressed in elections, that when the people vote for representatives, what the representatives say is public opinion, because that's what the people have approved. But Madison, and Jefferson with him, took the position that the public opinion is always authoritative, not just in elections, but constantly. And so if public opinion is manifest in between elections, it should be as binding on the government as it is expressed in an election. And it is finding a way to articulate that public opinion in between elections. That's part and parcel of what Madison was doing in 1798 and 1799. That's what he means by American nationalism. He means by engaging the expression of public opinion, rising from the units, the organized units of the society, finding expression through whatever vehicles are there for the purpose, and bringing them to bear on the constituted authorities.
Constitutional Conversations is made possible by a generous grant from the Fairleigh S. Dickinson Jr. Foundation. Constitutional Conversations is made possible by the James Madison Education Fund.